being bored is one of the things that I'm doing.
I think being bored is the gateway to your creativity.
Yeah.
It's the gateway to flow.
Yeah.
And we have been so conditioned to not feel that because, like you just said, everything's on demand. You can open an app, you can open social media, you can go on Netflix, you can open up, you check your email. There's so many things to do. And if we really want to get those great ideas that nobody else is doing, if we want to be better than ChatGPT, those creative ideas, they come when we're in flow. They come when we're not hustling
in the middle
for it. And that's why breath work, meditation, all of those things, they're not designed to be woo-woo. They're designed for you to shut the outside world out, tune into what you know, because we've got all the answers. We've just been conditioned to ask everybody else for them. And that's something that I'm continually working on. For decades. Like I got into the modeling and television commercial industry very young, or not very young, late compared to the girls that get in it when they're 13. And it was a struggle for me to not look outside for validation. It was always, well, what are they going to think about me? I need them to tell me I'm beautiful, this, that, or the other. And it really fostered a negative relationship with myself because I didn't trust myself. I needed other people to tell me. And that's taken a long time. And I think with the rise of social media, it's very easy to fall back into, well, what are they saying? Are they liking? Are they commenting? Where are my followers? So I think you're right. It's a very conscious decision to not go to that as your default. I'm bored, I'm going to open social media. I'm bored, I'm going to check my email. I'm bored, I'm going to turn on Netflix. It's a matter of tuning in, and you're so right. It is uncomfortable because we're not used to it.
No, I mean, like the room is quiet, or like you're alone with your own thoughts. Like
that's scary for people.
For a lot of people,
because that's what the apps do. The technology replaces that.
But I think in that moment, I feel like in a lot of those moments, sometimes I think about, I guess like the things that drives me. Like, you know, like sometimes whenever you're bored and you know, that's probably the moment that you start working on yourself. And I know that, for example, like I said, like this concept of have an influence on the level of confidence that you have, like, you know, this concept per se, it's not an easy concept as it might sound like, or I might like show it more, because like it really is part of that basic human fear of rejection. Like you said, I think everybody's scared of being rejected. Everybody like looks, whether we want it or not, we do look into the approval of the room, approval of the people around us. So knowing that you can do something about it, it is comforting, but at the same time is a thought that I am putting a lot of attention to in the last, like, lately. So like, but I wouldn't be able to do it if I wasn't bored. So like, it's good.
Right.
I think it's a good thing.
It's boredom opens up the doorway to things that you wouldn't normally think about. Or give yourself time to reflect on. I think in a really fast-paced world right now, we're not giving ourselves enough time to reflect on what's happening, how we feel, just tuning in, like, how do I feel? How do I feel about this right now? Am I lit up? Am I excited? Or am I worried? Am I anxious? There's so many questions you can ask yourselves, but often a lot of people traditionally don't give yourself the time to even ask yourself those questions.
And is that why, I guess, like, confidence is such a big thing in what you teach whenever, like, this public speaking? Is that, you know, the reason why you went into that confidence versus, because it could be like just public speaking in general, right? But then you called it the confident speaker. Is that what you said?
What's that?
Your academy?
No, She Speaks Academy is the name of my business. Yeah, but the 5 C's to confidence. Yeah, I do.
For confidence.
I do, because the research shows a confident person is more happy with themselves. They've got better relationships. They have a growth mindset. They like to try things more. So if you are a confident person, life's generally better. And I mean true confidence. I don't mean the showy confidence that a lot of people can
just on social media. So how do you, so tell me, what is that confidence for you? Like, how do you get it? I mean, sorry.
Yeah,
too big?
But I'll go through the 5 C's to confidence for you. So one distinction, it's not confidence you're looking for. It's not, you didn't misplace your confidence. It's not with your keys somewhere that you can't find. Courage and consistency, that equals confidence. Having the courage to do the thing and then do it over and over and over again. Action breeds confidence. It's not waiting until you feel confident. How many people have you heard go, I'll do it when I feel ready?
Oh,
You're
for sure.
never going to feel
So
ready.
many.
It's being courageous enough to take the first step. And this is something beautiful to remember. You only have to do the thing that scares you for the first time once. Then it gets easier. Even if it's 1% easier and 1% more comfortable. So courage and consistency. So what fortifies the courage is the next question. Clarity. You have to know what you're working towards. You have to know where you're going. If I say, Bruno, you're going to be, I mean, you'd probably be okay with it, but someone who's really scared, I'm like, get up on stage in 20 minutes, just talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Or when I speak to my clients who are trying to master their social media presence, just get on camera and talk. But what about?
What am I going to talk about?
Right? So clarity, have your 3 steps that you're going to talk about, have the structure. That's why I teach the structure. You've got the structure. So clarity there. I could go forever about it, but I'm going to make this brief. Then you've got compassion, and we did touch on that before.
Yeah.
How do you speak to yourself?
Kind to yourself.
How is your connection with yourself? Are you tapped in? Are you giving yourself the chance to reflect, the quiet time, the breathing, the meditation? So your connection to yourself and the compassion that you show yourself when you are trying new things, when you are outside of your comfort zone. So that internal dialogue, super, super important. And then the last one is control. What do you have control over? If I was to ask your audience, what's the one thing you've got control over? What is it? What do you think the one thing somebody has control over?
Themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can't spend your time looking and comparing yourself to what everyone else in your industry is doing. You have no control over how everyone else shows up.
Yeah.
You only have control of your own behavior. So are you putting in the reps? I listened to a podcast 2 or 3 years ago now, Michael McQueen. He's arguably one of the most successful male keynote speakers on the circuit in Australia, has done like 3,000 keynotes. Even he, now this is a seasoned expert, when he's preparing a new keynote, will practice between 150 and 200 hours.
Wow.
Right? And this is someone it still does it after 2 decades.
Yeah.
So are you putting in the reps? The control you have is the control over your own behavior. If you're not putting in the reps, are you really committed?
Yeah.
It's like, God, when people go to the gym, like, I've been here for a week. Where are my abs?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen like that.
Yeah.
So the control is focusing on your behavior. And you can apply those 5 C's to anything, whether it be public speaking, learning to play tennis, picking up a new craft, like whatever it is, learning a new language, all the things. Everything can be broken down in that courage, consistency, clarity, compassion, and control.
Yeah.
And it's not a one-stop shop. It's not a just say affirmations and you'll be fine. You have to say the affirmations and speak to yourself as well as put in the commitment. That you have to have the action, and then you've got to have the clarity that will guide that action.
Yeah.
So I think by following that, understanding that I'm never going to feel ready, I need to take action first, and I need to build that courage muscle with the compassion and with the clarity and with the control. And it's a gradual process.
Yeah. And thank you so much for this. And you also, just before on off camera, we were also talking about in that part, probably like that control over yourself on how you show up and the way that you present yourself. Like we were talking about.
Yeah, the external part.
That's right.
Because
that control over the.
Yes. Well, confidence, yes, it's an inside job, but that's only really half of the story. Like we were talking about before, how you present yourself. So the clothes that you wear, and this, Todd Herman in his book, The Alter Ego Effect, explored this in depth about how certain articles of clothing, whether it's a pair of glasses, whether it's a sexy pair of heels, sexy lingerie underneath no one knows about, a power suit, which is obviously what you do. You know, you feel incredible when you're in a beautifully tailored suit.
Yeah.
How clothes affect you, it's a real thing. So if you want to present the best way you can, invest in clothes that make you feel good. Again, we go back to that, because when you feel good, you speak better, you're in flow, everything feels easy.
Yeah.
And if you've got a hot pair of pants that you know when you step into them, it's like it activates I call it, with the women that I work with, I call it the alter ego. So it's identifying like, who do you want to emulate? You know, Angelina Jolie, Kamala Harris, like whoever it is, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's got their different person. And it's by wearing those clothes, you're embodying that person. And the caveat here is I'm not a fan of fake it until you make it. I'm like, feel it until you become it. Okay. So if you need to wear the red stilettos and the red power suit to feel a certain way until it becomes natural, then go for it. Because fake it till you make it, even just saying it's like a fraud. You know that you're faking it. I don't like the language around it. I prefer instead, feel it until you become it. Wear those things. It could be a certain body spray that you spray on and it just activates your Beyonce vibes, like whatever it is. Yeah. And I think doing that, again, that's not enough by itself.
No, of course not.
But if you put that with how you speak to yourself, the courage, the consistency, the practice, the reps, the structure, learning, you're unstoppable.
Unstoppable. And I mean, like we were talking about how some speakers, they wouldn't know the effect that they will have on the crowd, but not having all of this, like not having the 5 C's, not presenting themselves like in the best way possible to that room, and then they don't know what they're missing out on.
Yeah, and like I said to you off camera before as well, people will see you and take you in visually before you open your mouth. So you need to ensure that the way you present yourself, the way you carry yourself, your presence, your body language, it needs to match your message. Because if it's not congruent with what you're saying, and people may not even know why they're turning off, but they're like, something's not right. Like if I walked in here, here I am talking about public speaking and confidence, and I was dressed like I just rolled out of bed and I was sitting here talking to you like this,
close.
People would be like, what the heck? It's not congruent with her message. Yeah. So it's really important to work on the external so it fortifies and amplifies what you've got going on inside. It fortifies and amplifies your message. And all of those things will do that. Because if you walk out on stage, I have I call it my speak framework when you go out on stage, SPEAK. So the S is smile. Smiling at that audience, one, it kind of tricks your brain into thinking, okay, good.
It's a good thing.
This is good, all right? Okay, I can do this. And your audience's mirror neurons will kick in and they'll start smiling back at you. And it's like, okay, this is good. This is connection. You feel good. So smiling, be happy to be there. Your audience wants to know that you're happy to be there.
Yeah.
Second one is posture. And Amy Cuddy spoke at length on this topic, which started with her TEDx talk. And the way you carry yourself is going to affect how you feel. She spoke a lot about power poses, and power poses increase our levels of testosterone, and testosterone helps us feel more confident. So she has 2. She has Wonder Woman, the Superman, Wonder Woman or Superman, and the Usain Bolt with the hands up like this. But really, stand up straight, get your shoulders back, and really own that stage. That's going to make a huge difference in how people perceive you and for you too, how you feel about yourself. You just try it. You go out on stage like this, or even if you don't have to be on a stage. If you're speaking to camera doing videos, no one's listening.
Sorry.
Look how bad I look like this. It's like, what is she hiding? This is so different. So smiling, we've got posture, eye contact. Now, eye contact is so important. There's a very old school piece of advice when it comes to speaking. Look over the top of everyone and picture them in underwear. That is the worst bit of advice. Right? You need to connect to everyone. Again, those feel-good hormones. Every time you have that little bit of connection, I always say to the women that I work with, when you're up on stage, deliver each line to a different person. Really connect with everybody. I say a lot, less presentation, more conversation. Feel like you're up there chatting to each person individually. Eye contact, again, they're going to think, oh, Now, I don't mean like
It's
stalker staring.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's solid.
don't stare down people, and
Yeah.
that's it. She's seen me. And what I see a lot speakers do, they get in the middle of the stage and they just speak to those people. So if you're sitting on the left or the right, you get missed out. I don't know about you, but I know when I've been in rooms and I'm on the edge and I don't get looked at, I think,
Yeah.
I just feel left out.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't feel connected.
No.
I don't feel connected. So ensure when you're on stage, and it doesn't have to be all the time, but do that. It's like a lighthouse sweep. Start over here, move around. Like, don't just stare down the barrel. So eye contact is super important. And again, like the smile, it instills that trust in us. If people trust us, they're going to listen to us.
Yeah.
So we've got smiling, posture, eye contact. The next one is affirm. Again, we've spoken about that at length today. Affirm to yourself you're excited. You're going to do a good job. Really tell yourself the words that you need to hear. And then the final one is keep breathing. This is something we forget to do, right?
That's fair. That's fair.
And we're breathing up here, which means we're activating that sympathetic nervous system. So we're like, we're making ourselves more fearful. Where our heart rate's going like. That's not going to help a heart rate, right? Yeah. We need to draw our breath down. We need to be breathing into our belly. And I like to say to something to couple with keep breathing is find your feet. So if you can be aware of your feet, even if you wiggle your toes, you're aware of the material of your shoes around your feet, you can feel the floor underneath you, it tends to bring you out of your head and into your body.
Okay.
It draws
That's very
you down.
interesting.
Get out of here.
I like that.
Get out of here. It's like, oh my God, what's happening? Bring it back down. Yeah. And we can do that really consciously with the breath. We can even visualize our breath going down. To our feet. So they're the 5 things. I mean, if you take nothing else from this conversation, I'm sure you'll take more than just that.
I will.
It's a good one.
I mean, like this is like your passion, your life, like this is your drive. And it's so beautiful, like to see that, the way that you feel about like public speaking and confidence is so close on the way that I feel about, like getting people to represent themselves in the best way possible and kind of like bringing out their message. Like one of the quick things that I always mention to somebody whenever they talk to me about, what does it look like working with a tailor stylist? And one of the things that I say is like, the suit, it's not a thing. Like what you need to do is like understand how you want for people to perceive you. And then what you choose is after. So, like
starting with the end in mind, right?
That's right.
Same
that's
thing.
Right. It's like, how do you, what kind of impact you want to have? How do you want for people to see you? And then we can talk about what to do on top of it. On top of, I was going to mention something as you were talking about, like the speaking. The one thing that has worked for me, and I think it's part of it because of like the type of character that I have, and it's part of it the type of person that I am. I think authenticity and really be authentic to yourself is something that has always worked out whenever speaking in public. So I think a good example was like just 6 months ago, I was in LA. The room was like 3,000 people. I was just honest about it. I was like, this is authentic. It's like, this feels like a lot, like I'm excited, but it's almost like dropping down that wall makes it so people will connect with the person and not with the speaker.
Absolutely.
So I think like dropping down the wall, it's one of the things that for me, like, I just like live by it. Like, and that's how I usually like conduct conversations.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think
I'm very similar in that I say a lot to the speakers that I work with or aspiring speakers. When you're on stage, it's an elevated you, but not a different you.
That's right.
And we can, especially with social media and being in constant comparison, oh, she dresses like that, so I'll wear that. Like if I came in here and was like, I need you to make me look like that girl, I'm sure your first thing would be like, all right, let's bring that back.
And let's see.
Let's see what you want, Nicole, not what you think you have to look like.
Yeah.
It's the same with when you go on stage. Are power suits and stilettos going to be for you? Maybe not. For me, I'm like, I feel
That's what I
$1
need.
million bucks. I mean,
That's how I dance.
that's yeah, right. That's how I dance, right?
That's how I dance in front of people.
Red sparkles, dancing. That's me. And I have speakers that come to me that are obviously we're all very different, that are nothing like me. And I don't want to wear that on stage. I'm like, good, let's find something that works for you.
For you.
So it's about elevating, because obviously a room full of people requires a different level of energy and expression than one-on-one.
Yeah.
It's not different, and I think this is a really important distinction. It's not different, it's just elevated. So how can you turn the dial up on you? And I would imagine that's the same here. When people come to get their suit tailored, it's like, I want a suit that reflects me and not changes me, but amplifies the good parts of me.
Well, I think what I was saying before, like you were talking about trust with the audience. So the moment that you're going on stage and you don't represent yourself authentically, I feel like you're losing that trust.
Absolutely.
People will see through it. They know that that's not you, and they will turn off. Like
even whether they know it or not, it's like walls can't. If
Don't know
visually
why.
they don't believe you, if there's something, like I spoke about congruence before, if your message doesn't match your presence, it's like,
So I don't know why.
I don't know why. And they may not be able to articulate that. They may not say, your message doesn't match your presence. But there's an increment.
But that's why, like, imagine that, because we talked about public speaking in general, but imagine that you go into a room, like networking room, you're going to all of these places where you don't know people. I feel like it's the same exact thing. Like
Absolutely.
they will know
Same principles.
if you are real, like if if that's you, and if you look like all uncomfortable.
Energy doesn't lie.
No.
So if you walk into a room with clothes that aren't comfortable, or you can't hide that, and people will read that. And like, something going on with this man. Like, what's happening? I don't know what it is. But I'm not attuned to it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And often that, again, it's that incongruence that people don't know what it is, but it's like, So you need to, stay authentic to you, but know where you need to turn the dial up a bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That little bit of an elevation.
A little bit. It's elevation.
I like it.
Yeah.
So if somebody do want to work with you, what would be the best way to get in touch with you?
Either Instagram or LinkedIn.
Yeah.
My website's Nicole Joy Official. If you Google, you could Google or Instagram search Nicole Joy Official. I'll come up.
So, it's such a particular process, right? Because I think it's the same with me. Like when, people like get scared, they're like, oh, but how does it work? And like in my head, it's like, oh my God, it's so easy. Come in, like we'll talk about it, we'll chat, take some measurements, we'll pick it, I'll help you. And then literally a month later, you're going to be looking your best self, right? Like this is like in my head. So what is the simplified version in your mind? Like, because it feels, it feels like it will be kind of like very, like not difficult, but like, they will take a lot out of me, but what is the simplified version?
So the simplified version is, what do you want to be known for? When people say your name, what's the phrase or the word that you like? Bruno is it?
Right,
Celebrity Taylor, or whatever it is, right? So we need to get clear on how you want to position yourself as a speaker and how you want people to remember you. So we're reverse engineering. And then once we kind of got that clear, I'm like, okay, well, what's our takeaway messages? And now we need the stories to fill that in. Yeah. So really I will help with the product, which is the actual talk. And then that's only half of it though, because if you can't deliver that, what's the use of having the talk, right? So the first step is the talk. Yes. The second step is, okay, we need to work on your presence, the delivery. And then we'll look at why do you want to be a speaker, and what kind of business model are we looking at here? Do you want to become a professional full-time keynote speaker, which that's not me? Or do you want to, and this is what I encourage every entrepreneur or founder or business owner to do, is look at speaking for your business. So that's positioning yourself as an authority to camera, on social media, and saying yes to those speaking opportunities on a stage. Because like we were mentioning on camera, the visibility that you get when you're on when I say speaking too, being interviewed on a podcast, I know that I'll get business out of this. Every time I go on a podcast, I do. Yeah. So for me, speaking for your business is wherever you can speak about your business. Don't be put off by, well, I don't really want to stand on a stage with a microphone.
Yeah.
There are other ways. Podcasts, social media, hugely. You need a presence on social media.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's very few people that can get away with no presence on social media. And I think, too, so many people, as soon as you hear about someone, I'm going to find them on Instagram or find them on LinkedIn. And if you're not there, there's a little bit of an authority credibility piece missing.
Yeah.
So I would work with people on
and again congruency. Like I'm going to your Instagram and I'm seeing exactly, like if you're about confidence, I want to see like every post, like some confidence coming out of that.
Absolutely.
Right?
And if you want to start speaking about, let's say, whether it's leadership or resilience or relationships, whatever you are,
it needs to be about that.
You need to be speaking on camera about that topic to your audience.
Yeah.
Because like I said before, when you see, now I know typically speaking to camera, particularly longer form videos on Instagram, they're not going to perform as much as a trending reel with trending audio, right? But it does need to be part of your growth strategy.
Yeah.
You need to be able to get on camera and speak about it. And another thing that I have just introduced in my business is working with real estate agents, with salon owners, clinic owners, and teaching them how to show up on camera with confidence. Because a lot of them know that the research that I was doing into it, particularly with real estate, 80% or more, a little bit more than 80%, they know that they need to be present on social media, but less than half of them feel equipped to do so.
Yeah.
And I know within the beauty industry and the hairdressing industry, they know that if they can get on camera and speak about their services, because let's remember, nobody's buying a product, we buy people. They know that when they can do that successfully, they can attract the more premium clients. They'll attract people that pay more. So there literally is no downside to learning how to speak confidently, whether it's on camera or on stage. Nobody's ever gone, geez, I wish I didn't learn that skill. Yeah. It will serve you. I believe it has the best return on investment. It will serve you on camera, on a stage, on podcast, but outside of business, in your personal relationships. Yeah. You can ask for what you want with confidence. You can have the difficult conversations. There is literally no downside to learning how to speak with confidence.
I love it. I love it. That's it. That's it. So just to recap for my people, what is the effect of like presenting yourself at your very best whenever you're on stage or in front of camera? What are the good things and bad things that can happen? And especially if including the 5 C's. So 5 C's plus presentation equals to?
The 5 C's will get you there. So some of your audience might already be like, I don't need the courage. I've got the courage, but I don't have the clarity.
Yeah.
And some of them may have the clarity, but then they're not committed and they're not showing up and doing the reps. They're not controlling what they can control, and they're not giving a thought to how they look and how they present themselves.
Yes.
So I think it's really identifying like what's missing from these 5 C's. And I don't know, I don't think there's any downsides to it all, but showing up, I think number one, if you want to become the go-to person in your industry, if you want to become the authority voice in your field, you need to learn to speak. Again, camera podcast on stage. So I think for you, all of your listeners, everybody listening, like I said before, go back to what you want to be known for, what you want.
Yeah.
And like, you know how you said you tell your clients, well, how do you want people to perceive you? You start with the end in mind. What do you want people to remember you for?
Yeah.
I think start there. I'm going to keep it as simple as I possibly can.
So easy. So good.
Right. Yes, you've got the 5 C's, and that could confuse you, right?
Yeah.
But really, bottom line, it's like we need to start, and to start, we need the courage, we need the compassion to keep going, and we need some kind of structure. So whether you come to me or whether you come to somebody else or learn from someone else, get a structure, get a plan on what you're going to do, and maximize it. Don't just learn a keynote or write a keynote and then don't talk about it. That is all gold for you to be speaking about on social media.
Yeah.
And tidbits, like everything.
Well, even in conversations, to be honest with you, like whenever the best way possible it is to like networking events and things like that and experimenting. So like this is part of the like one of my another concept that I talk about is experimenting with your style. So like understanding that like a linear line that you say, I want to be looking like that, and I'm gonna look like Harvey Specter. I'm gonna look like you know, I'm gonna look
Suits
like
man, massive suits man.
yeah. So it's not about that's exactly how I'm gonna look like, and that's a straight line to get there. I think the experimenting is a big thing because you need to understand what makes you feel comfortable, what brings out like that alter ego that you were talking about. What are those like, you know, trigger points? And I think in a very similar way, like the experimenting with the way you speak about your stories, the way that whenever you are in conversation with anybody, just experiment. See, like, you know,
Try out the story. See
try
what lands.
it out. See, change this, change that. See, like if you can
Absolutely.
tweak the message a little bit. And I mean, for me, the podcast is definitely a great way to get those experiments and understand like have they landed or they're not landed. But I think it's been so interesting to hear like your point of view on what it means to speak on camera or on stage or in front of rooms. And I think I really hope that like my people like will get this, all of this on board. There was so much. I feel like there's so much gold nuggets here. I'm able to like summarize, but I'm like,
where do I start?
what did we talk about today? Like we talked about so much. I think it was really, really good. I think this is probably we didn't listen to your structure, like we talked about everything and there's more to talk about.
Yeah, there's more. I mean,
so we're gonna have a part 2. That's what I was gonna say.
We can definitely do a part 2. Again,
That's what I was gonna say.
Everything in one conversation,
but I can't wait. Thank you so much. Look, Nicole, I think I knew, and obviously like we spent some time together, but it was very little. It was very little.
Like, we need to spend more time together. It
was so little, and you know, this is again like with it was a charity. It was important for both of us, you know, and technically for the world, you got a better score than me. You got 3 10s, and I got the 2 10 and a 1.5. But you know, people's choice.
Right. Yeah. People's choice. You're good. You're good. But can I say, going on the dancing?
Yeah.
That's okay. So I wasn't speaking, right?
Yeah.
But having the courage, like that was way out of my comfort zone. I mean, performer from way back. I love the camera. I love the stage. I love the light. But it was really interesting for me sitting backstage just before we were about to go on. I am very seasoned at speaking.
Yeah.
But I was sitting there and I was like, oh my God, I don't know whether I'm going to pass out, pee my pants or throw up. Like I was like, I hadn't felt that for a really long time.
Yeah.
But I had the tools to be like, you're not freaking out. Your body's just like, so I was just talking to myself. I was breathing. I was doing all the things that I tell my clients.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And it's something new.
It was new
for you.
Me. It was new for me. But I had to apply all those 5 C's of confidence to dancing on a stage in front of 1,200 people.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It doesn't matter what you're trying. If it's new for you, you're going to have to go through all of those steps, right?
Yeah.
But it was an incredible experience. And
I was very upset because you were right before me, so like I couldn't see it from the stage.
Oh, you didn't get to see it, and I didn't get to see you either.
The things that you are that you're so passionate about, the confidence, the speaking, and the things that you really care for. Like I can really tell that anybody that will work with you, like will embark on a journey where you really care for them and you really like care about the outcome. So there's not, in everything that you talked about today, there's very little about, okay, so like these are the steps that we're going to take. It's all about, this is the end result. Like this is how you're going to be, how you're going to show up in life, or how you're going to show up at work. So I'm so humble. Like this is so beautiful, like the way that you do things. And you know, I can't find even better words to describe like how you are, because it's a palpable feeling that you get in person. It's great to see that, you know, the world has somebody like you that guides all of these people that want to better themselves. So it's been a tremendous pleasure, a great honor having you.
Thank you. Yeah. You're doing incredible things. And the way that you work, we might be doing, we have a different delivery method, but really at the end of the day, we're helping people feel better about themselves, and we're helping people feel more confident. And like I said during our chat, confident people lead, not even generally, I'm going to just out there, they lead happier lives. They lead happy lives. The more happy people we have in this earth, not hurting other people, not dragging other people down, not trying to step over other people to get to the top, the better we will all be. So I think all of us, everyone has a zone of genius. And you never say, I'm just this or I'm just that, because in your corner of your world, your little part of this world, you're making a positive impact. And the more people we have all over the world doing that, owning their zone of genius, which ultimately then helps the collective, the better off we'll all be.
I love it. How do I say that next time that I ask that question?
What's that?
How do I describe myself?
Well, I keep saying Celebrity Taylor. I don't know.
I am Celebrity Taylor.
You're a Celebrity Taylor, but yeah.
What made you say yes to Celebrity Taylor? Is that the question?
Because of what you're doing.
I
love what you're doing.
Okay.
I love what you're doing. I think, and it's very interesting. I don't know any Celebrity Taylors, right? I don't know any Celebrity Taylors, and the fact that you make people custom suits, like that's boss. Like I love it. I love it. And again, like you saying about me, energy doesn't lie. I was like, I like the energy.
That was good.
And like, we didn't speak much during the Dancing CEOs thing because we didn't see each other. But I was like, that's cool.
That's it. Let's check him out. No, thank you again. Thank you again, Nicole. I think I can't wait to see what the audience have to say about this. And I really believe that there's gonna be an awful lot of people reaching out.
Amazing. I love that.
Thank you.